Hi, I'm Wayne Cameron. This introduction is about a new approach to succession planning. I've kept this as brief as possible because your time is valuable. In the 70s, I qualified and worked for chartered accountants in New Zealand and then Australia. Over the next 20 years, I gained valuable experience with finance, sales, management, and ownership in the SME sector. My story really starts in 2004 when I joined company sales and acquisitions to start a new career selling businesses. I was stunned to find out that business brokers only expected to sell 1 in every 4, and that many business owners only got half what they wanted despite taking twice as long to find the best buyer. I decided to investigate what could be done differently to improve results. Invariably, it seemed that the problem was poor preparation. I developed a series of tools to analyze the business, calculate multipliers, dissect balance sheets, and estimate profits. These tools enable buyers and their accountants to quickly understand the value proposition and make sound decisions. This process doubled my success rate to over 50%. Considering what is at stake for so many owners, I decided to systemize and share what I have learned. I have a story to tell that is typical of the problems that owners face when selling. This is about Fearless Fred. He's an action man that gets it right using gut feeling and confidence. You might say Fred is bulletproof. But when it came to selling his business, fearlessness became sorrow. Forging Ahead Limited had enjoyed 15 very good years and was still growing. Fred and Jill thought they had it made. Then Fred needed to see his doctor. Not good. Over the next months, normal work issues started to get on top of Fred. On one particularly bad day, Fred decided he'd had enough. It was time for a change. They knew how much they needed for their retirement. The trips, the batch, the boat. Fred then started making his mistakes. As always, he got straight into the task at hand. Business brokers all agreed he had a great business, but not at Fred's price. Fred stressed the urgency and they quickly went to market. The process started well enough. In fact, they got a huge response. The buyers all wanted to meet Fred and take a look at the business. Fred enthusiastically showed the buyers around. He couldn't wait to get into negotiating from a position of strength. However, things quickly cooled down. Serious concerns, no strategy for the future. Lack of budgets and forecasts. Important relationships not in writing. And very little documentation for the know-how. The buyers needed to prove the business to their accountants, solicitors, and bankers. What came next was a load of questions. After supplying as much as Fred could, the buyers, one by one, fell away. The next 20 months produced a dwindling procession of what Fred called lookers. Then his best salesman quit and a large customer moved to a competitor. Fred lost the plot and slashed his price. Crafty Chris spotted the advert and put in a cheeky offer. Fred, in a worn-down state and a whole lot less fearless, accepted. However, the terms included a delayed payment. Until that happened, Fred and Jill couldn't go to Italy. And Fred's dreamboat? Well, that became 4 feet shorter. In short, this can be fairly described as an all too familiar shattering experience. But it didn't have to be that way. After all this doom and gloom, I've a much happier and wealthier story to tell. This is about Strategic Sam and his wife Irene. Their business, Navigating Carefully Limited, also had 15 years of good growth. At the age of 59 and 57, Sam and Irene decided that all too soon it would be time to enjoy their remaining good summers. So they set up an appointment with their accountant to share their thoughts. Their accountant pointed out the extremely large number of baby boomers also needing to sell. Considering what was at stake, Sam and Irene decided they should have a plan. They could clearly see that there was a lot that could be done to remove risks, reduce stress, and improve price. They felt fortunate that they had the time to get this right. The accountant's package revealed powerful information. Sam and Irene were excited by their prospects and eager to put their plan into action. Irene could clearly see what their business needed to achieve before they could afford to sell. Their 3 years simply rocketed by. The business hit its milestones. It was the right time. The broker's marketing plan grabbed the attention of the very buyers that they had groomed to attract. The accountant's exit strategy provided the compelling business case needed to grab and keep the buyer's attention. The detail in the business case was confirmed, and the deal went unconditional. Vendor handover was a snap, no need for vendor finance, as the bank was right behind the deal. Sam and Irene's plan done and dusted, plenty of time to be with their family and the money to live out their dreams. Your master exit strategy should have 3 essential steps. Number 1, nailing down where the business is at now. Number 2, identifying what needs to get done. Number 3, someone working alongside you, the owner. If you would like to take a look at what has worked for me, then my suggestion is to call your accountant. They have the right skills and knowledge to help you get the exit that you have worked so very hard for and deserve.